everybody? Cincy Stripes here. We're just gonna give our reaction to the Chargers loss last night, um, and what we're gonna do for the rest of the season. Very tough beat last night. Very tough. They brought us back into it
Yeah, I was about to
when
leave at halftime.
we thought we were dead. At half, we
Being
had
down 24-6.
had Eric and Colton over here last night to watch the game, and we thought about just cutting it early and just going to bed, but man, did they rope us back into it.
Yeah, that's for sure. Being down, starting off, we drove down. Was that first possession? No, we didn't score first possession. We get a three and we stop. Our offense goes three and out, I think, or maybe we get one first down. And then I was like, all right, usually we need to drive down the field first possession. They didn't score on their first possession, so I was like, all right, maybe defense is there. Then we go down, drive down the field. The Chargers red zone defense makes a stop. We get a field goal. McPherson makes that field goal. We score three, which with our offense, we've talked about multiple times, kind of needs to be seven, not three, but that was like a fourth and six or
Yeah.
seven, so I understand it. Just getting some points on the board. Then they drive down the field in like four plays. Hits Will Disley on that touchdown. He was pretty much just like wide open. And I was like, well, this might be a long game. And then we get stopped again, or maybe that's when we got our second field goal. 7-6. And then they just had like three straight drives where it was like three plays, four plays, big passes. Herbert running for 25 yards, 30 yards.
Yeah, Herbert running in the first half killed.
Yeah. he had, they were just, Bengals thought maybe they were going to go run heavy, which that's kind of what Herbert Harbaugh usually does. Wasn't the case really last night until the end of the game when Dobbins had that big run. We kind of held them in check. Until then, they went like the most play action in the first half that Herbert's ever had,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is kind of the keys to beating us. We think they're going to be run heavy, play action. Our corners are kind of weak, especially now with DJ Turner out. Probably the season. CTB was benched. So we had Josh Newton out there. Juice had to go back out because we're getting thin at the corner position. It just was a tough game. Like you said, we were about to leave. Me and Eric were like, all right, if they come out the second half because they got ball and score a touchdown and we do nothing, I'm leaving. It would have been 31-6. Um, just no
Yeah, at that
point
point, it's just kind of just saving yourself.
getting some sleep.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not being a bad fan. It's really just saving yourself. I mean, that second half, not that second half, that second quarter. I mean, I told you guys my blood pressure is to the roof. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what we were witnessing defensively and offensively when we failed to score touchdowns in the first half.
This defense just can't play two good full halves. They played
No,
one good
no,
half and we played good in the second half, but we,
we're not a complete football team, and it's the defense came alive in the second half, kind of how they were in the first half against the Ravens. I don't know why we can't play two complete halves. I don't get it. I would never understand it with this team with Lou.
I mean, it's kind of like how the Bengals were, 2 years ago? Our defense is like, all right,
Yeah,
this is what always Lou does, makes adjustments second half,
and
and we just come back.
it's always Lou's philosophy of bend don't break, and it's again I keep saying it every week we do the show.
But this year it's just been the
It's
complete
just
opposite, where the
you're
defense
just
will play good
break
in the first half, and then the second half they just
like it.
torch us.
We're the number one scoring offense. We're tied with Detroit, number one scoring offense these last three games. We're 1-2
Yeah,
because our defense is 31st in scoring defense. If we just let teams score 25 points per game, we'd win
yep.
majority of games. But it should be an easy ask to ask your professional defense to hold a team to 25 points. 25 points is a lot.
We need the Gino needs to get off the field. We need to see either Dijon, Tyson Anderson, even somebody.
Someone fresh.
We haven't really seen Dijon since that Chiefs game,
Yeah.
which he didn't even look bad. Just
Yeah, just a mistake.
Gino is just like me and you were talking about on our way home from work. That like bubble play. What do we call it?
Yeah, it was
That
the dotted play with
dotted
the next
plays on
gens.
Twitter
Yeah.
that was going on today, and it's just like there's nobody on this side of the field going deep at all. You see this guy wide open, and Logan Wilson was the only one like trailing him.
Yeah,
It's like you gotta
so I
help.
forget some Twitter person posted that play, and it was a camera view of like Geno Stone trying to direct Cam Taylor Britt over to Quentin Johnston's side. My thing is, there was nobody on that left side of the field, and you can see Quentin Johnston speeding past our
Yeah.
corners. You got to make the move to get over there quicker
Hmm.
than just kind of trailing over on the left where nobody's there.
Or without with Orlando missing again, Burrow was just taking a beating all day.
That
There was like one of the sacks that was
it's
kind of
not
on him.
even it wasn't even Cody Ford. It's this interior
Yeah,
line
the
is
interior was getting tore
just
up. That's what
so
that's what I was
bad.
about to say. One of the sacks was kind of on Burrow because he tried to step up to buy himself some time, but that interior just collapsed and
Yeah,
ran right into a player. Um, I mean, there probably would have been two or three more sacks that should have been, but Burrow somehow did a Burrow and got out of it and made a play. Playing some backyard football with Jamar. There was the one play in the set, like one of our last two drives that Jamar was wide open, but he had already threw it to Yoshi. If he like does 2 more seconds and sees Jamar wide open, that's a touchdown. We go up 34-27.
hmm
Then maybe our defense makes a stand. You had the Mike Hilton drop pick that could have probably would have been a pick
it
six.
was that Jesse. It's like that Jesse
Jesse Bates
Bates
pick and
pick against the Niners.
that should
What
have been a pick.
could have been picked that would have won us the game.
Yeah. And that game was the Darius Phillips fucking muff two, three punts
Yeah,
or two punts and a kick return or something.
this team just over the last few years just finds ways to lose.
We make the plays to get back in the game. We had that
Yep,
fumble on Herbert, which was a huge play because they were probably going to score a touchdown.
they were 100% scoring a touchdown that drive.
They would have been up what two possessions again, or I don't know.
Yep.
But and then we tied that game up on that drive, 27s. Jamar's second touchdown, and then just after two missed field goals by McPherson gives them great field position with like a minute 55 seconds or something like that left. We leave Lab McConkey wide open twice. It's just blown coverage. I don't know. We had no pressure. I mean, Trey
None.
Hendrickson's going up against one of the best left tackles in the league, so it's kind of tough to just rely on
And
him. Their offensive
that's
interior is
why.
like one of the worst in the league, and we
Yeah,
didn't get any pressure. BJ Hill got hurt again. He came back in, but Sheldon Rankins, I mean, he's been really a nobody anyway this year for us. Him missing with the illness, it's just like, bro, we can't catch a break. There's people on X, well, just any forms of media saying that Bengals still have a chance. We have to go 6-0, and
I
then once
don't
you're in
even.
the playoffs, you have to go 4-0.
My
So you have to
I'm
go
to the point to where I don't
10 and
even
0.
want to make the playoffs. I don't
Yeah,
want to endure the embarrassment that will happen. I don't want this defense in the playoffs. Obviously, it's a wasted. This is a wasted year for Chase, possible triple crown winner.
yep. Burrow
Burrow MVP numbers,
leading the league.
playing the best football I've ever seen from a quarterback, and he can't win.
He's on pace for what? That'd be 44-8. I mean, there's only 6 weeks left now, so maybe, but probably close to 40 touchdowns, maybe like 6 or 7 picks, unless he has a crazy week against like
And
Pittsburgh
then
or something.
today you have Dejon Anthony going at a fan,
Geno Stone going at a
Geno
fan,
Stone
which he
responding
has
to a
no
fan.
fucking room to talk.
Yeah, the last player that should be responding to a fan.
You had Pratt talking shit on the sidelines, yelling it.
Yeah, that's why
After
too. Last night, Pratt's the last person I'm having check me on the
I mean, second
sidelines.
half he was hitting the gaps like he was 2 years ago,
Pratt was
but
looked good in that second half,
yeah,
but he doesn't look like that
no.
consistently, and that's the problem.
I think Logan should be the only linebacker that's
I
ADG,
I
but
don't
he's on a 1 year.
understand
He'll
the
probably get paid.
love that Lou has for Hubbard and Von
Pratt.
Bell and Pratt, and clearly they have no problem benching people because this is the third
Jason's
time CTB has
pissed.
been
Yeah,
benched.
because he just got burnt by.
And Josh Newton played his way into a job last night.
Yeah, but
I mean,
then you're still having to play Juice because
yeah, now you're forced to play
DJ
Juice,
Turner's out for the year.
and
So
now I think obviously like Zach Taylor still believes, and I think some players in the locker room believe. Not all. I don't think Burrow believes. I think he's. I watched the press conference last night. I mean, he's deflated. I mean, he's um. I don't know.
I mean,
You
yeah,
watch
Higgins was
Jamar.
going like Higgins was pissed, cussing in his
Yeah,
little
I
interview.
don't blame these players for feeling how they feel.
Especially the offense. I mean, it's really the offense.
Yeah, Burrow is. If
Like,
you watch the press conference last night, he paused when questions were asked because he's trying to just be professional.
yeah.
But you can just tell. I mean, he has a lot to say.
McPherson didn't even talk to the media.
Yeah, yeah. That's
He went right to the
another.
point.
McPherson's
But
another conversation that needs to be had, and it's to the point where I know you paid him, but when kickers get the yips, it's pretty much it's almost game over. It's like a pitcher getting the yips.
that's why I think it. I know his holds look good, but I think it's something with the whole.
Nah, the snaps there. You got to kick it. Doesn't matter
You're in a dome. It's like wide left twice.
there's zero excuses for a kicker unless it is a bad snap and
Yeah.
bad hold. I don't care.
Someone on Twitter was saying that he might still have the yips from not really wanting to trust Rico from that botched snap in Baltimore. And it's
That's
like, can't really use that as an excuse, but
can't no
it's like, come on.
snaps and holds have been good.
I mean, if he makes a lot of these kicks, maybe we instead of 4-7, we're like 6-5.
We
Or
win last night. He makes one of those kicks.
yeah, I mean,
It's a different outcome.
yeah, because they're not getting that field position right at
Yeah.
midfield.
Yep.
Puts a
Completely
little more
changes the
energy.
game.
Puts a little more energy in our defense. Just oh man, Burrow. It just pans to Burrow and his reaction on the sideline. It's like, and then the first half when it panned on the Jamar and T because our defense couldn't make a stop. We're
Yep.
just sitting on the bench, so depressed. It's like, man,
And like I wanted to title this like other than reactions, like where do we go from here? And truthfully, this organization isn't going to make the moves. I mean, we talked on the phone on our way home from work today, just discussing this, how we're going to do this. And you had said you can't fix this team in one season, and I did agree up until today, to where I really at work I kind of just got in my head a little bit and started cooking and started thinking. And you can fix this team in 1 year. You really can. We can be contenders
I
next
mean, it's
year.
mostly the defense. I'm
There's a
thinking
lot of moves that need to be made,
and the
starting
interior
with
offensive
coaching.
line.
Start with coaching. The offense, just get a get one receiver.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who it is, a
I
salvageable
think they need to
receiver.
be proven though. Yeah,
I mean, salvageable and proven. Like
yeah,
someone who knows
yeah,
how to make plays.
yeah. We can't go into next year
You
with
can
our
keep
two and
Karras.
Yoshi or
Keep Karras.
Mainberg from what we're seeing.
You have to bring in competition for Volson, and you have. I don't
Kappa,
you
you
don't even
might
bring
just
in
cut him.
competition for Kappa. You
You
just
might cut
ditch
him.
Kappa.
Yeah, I was about to say you might just cut him.
Defense, cut Hubbard. I don't care the cap.
Cut Stone, cut Rankins.
Cut Rankins. Cut Stone. Um, Von Bell's gone. I think he might be gone after this
He's
year.
a free agent. No reason to bring him back.
Josh Newton starts. DJ Turner starts. Dax Hill, or no, and actually I'd have Dax Hill and Josh Newton out there over DJ Turner. Dax Hill was playing at a cornerback one level up until he got hurt. Linebacker, you have to make a move at linebacker. I'd start ADG next year if it was me.
He's on 1 year, so
You have to resign him. Hubbard, I'd cut Hubbard, cut my losses. This all starts with firing Lou, by the way, with the defense. I mean, you got to get a fresh face in there. You start playing Miles Murphy. You have to see what the kids got. You I think maybe you resign Osai. If you don't resign Osai, I think you draft defensive end first 2 rounds. One of round one or round two. It just depends on that first round. The first round is very important,
Yeah.
depending on who's there. And my thought is if Malachi Starks is there in the first round, automatic pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I mean, you see
automatic.
the Chargers corners. There was like 3 rookies.
Yeah.
It's like, and they,
Besides Fulton, yeah.
Besides Fulton, it's like him, Cam Hart, and there was a couple others. Like
Yeah, Cam Hart's been pretty good this year though. Like
yeah,
pretty good. But and you have to get faster at linebacker. You have to get smarter at safety. You have to get
Baltimore fans tried to tell.
defensive line. I think this unit, interior unit, if you get one more guy in
You gotta
there,
bring BJ back. But
you have to bring BJ back.
Hurt, though.
I think McKinley Jackson and Chris Jenkins can both develop. I think they
These are
can.
rotational pieces.
You bring in a guy that developed them. I think you can. They'll be good for the next 4 years. But it starts with coaching, and Lou's defense I don't think fits this NFL anymore.
Yeah. At least, yeah.
At least at the very least this team.
No.
I mean, we have 2000s level linebackers in today's day and age. I mean, you have to be quick. You have to be a fast linebacker. You have to be a former safety. To compete at this level.
Give me a Robert Sala.
Robert Salah is a good pick. Mike Vrabel's a good pick. And I don't want to fire Zach. I believe in Zach. A lot of people don't. I do. We have the number one scoring offense. He calls the plays. Yeah. This offense, there's times where Burrow misses plays. And Zach, as much as you guys want to diss him and shit like that.
A lot of losses this year is the defense.
Yeah, it's the defense. It's purely, strictly the defense.
If our offense is playing that well, there's no reason we should be losing.
I know people like to nitpick. Well, if Burrow made this play, Burrow did that. If McPherson makes that kick, obviously we win. And I do understand those things, but it all starts with the defense giving up over 26 points a game.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. No. It needs to be fixed. And at this point, I don't know how Lou's not fired. Any other organization, he's fired. Yeah. Any other, I mean, you have Super Bowl aspirations. You have your quarterback being the best quarterback in the league. You have the best wide receiver in the
And
league.
at this point, he's just gonna get hurt taking all these
At
hits.
You have a horrible offensive line, and they're still putting up points. And this defense coordinator is still here.
Making it work with what some people will say is not a true RB1 and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
Chase Brown's looking great.
Chase Brown looked really good last night.
I mean, he's just
Yep,
getting get hurt playing all this time because
that's
they're not
that.
using anybody else.
Yeah,
They're
that's another
Herbert
thing
in
I'm
a little
scared
bit
of.
for
Yeah,
pass blocking, but
and you're asking Burrow to drop back 50 times a game, and he has the most quarterback hits since week 5. I
yeah,
mean, it's unacceptable. And James Rapine brought it up on Locked On Bengals, and I've seen it a few times on
mm-hmm.
Twitter how the offensive line's not even helping them up,
No,
that they're getting hit, and
yeah,
that's bullshit. It really is.
yep. Burrow's just picking himself up.
And he's getting peeled, and he's not getting a lot of calls still. And we're not we got screwed over by calls quite a bit. Obviously, I mean, never rely on the refs to win you a game. You have to go out and take the win. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of factors to this current team that is not a contender.
nope.
I think it can be turned around in 1 year if you plug in the right players, you sign the right players. Like if you go out in free agency and you get Ojolari,
Mm-hmm.
or you go out in free agency and you honestly you do something you've never done before and you pay max for Trey Smith, like something the Bengals would never do typically is pay that much money for a guard.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's important.
Yep.
I mean, Kappa's either on his back or on his knees every passing down. I mean, you got to switch up something.
Yeah. Capo's lost my trust. That's for sure.
Kappa and Volson. Volson's the 77th ranked left guard in the league on pressure rate.
They're just gonna believe in him, which
Unfortunately,
sucks.
yeah, this team's a big old I believe in the guys we got, and
Yeah.
it's never fanned well with anybody on this team.
I, we have a quarterback in the offense to win. We just
I mean, Mike Brown's pissing away the best thing that's ever happened to this organization. Joe Burrow is quite literally. I think he's the after last night and against the Baltimore Ravens, he's the best quarterback in the league.
and that was the best defense.
Best scoring defense, yeah,
Yeah.
13 points a game, and we put up 27.
27. Yep.
We put up 27 in one half.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way, because I mean those 6 points in the first half, I mean, were almost meaningless.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
I mean, I don't.
it's just tough, man. I'm just gonna stop like caring so much like when watching the games. Maybe if I just stop caring so much into the games when I'm watching, maybe they'll
I'm
learn.
still gonna go to every game. Like that's not gonna change for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll still be at every home game. I'm still gonna watch every away game. But I mean, at what point do we have a serious conversation about how much how much do these fans continue to support?
Yeah.
Like I, my dad's friends last night saying, get out while you can. You're still young, and I can't do that. Like I bleed orange and black. This is my team. Will forever be my team, and I can't switch up on them no matter how bad it gets.
I honestly think Duke needs to go.
Duke, yeah, that's been a thing. Duke
Duke just needs
cannot
to
build
go.
a team.
Yeah. We need GM that's gonna make the good moves. Like what have our free agents that we brought in done? They've been doggy. Sheldon,
Yep,
doggy.
bad.
Gino, doggy. I mean, Orlando's been good. This is the most time he's missed. He's missed more this season than he had the rest of his career. I mean, that's not really on him. But Orlando, besides Orlando, like in the last couple years, the free agent signings we've made have been doggy. Like before, ever since that Super Bowl run,
Yeah,
and like that class that we
and we're
always
bad
talk
at
about.
drafting. I mean,
Yeah.
we are historically bad at drafting.
And we traded a seventh. I mean, we don't usually draft anybody with that anyway, but we traded a seventh for running back. We're not even using
Yeah,
Khalil Herbert. I mean, we used him a couple downs as pass blocking, but I thought he was going to come in maybe like have the Zach Moss type role. Maybe not as many snaps, but change it up in short yardage. Have Herbert run up the middle or something. It's just tough, man. I'm just seeing this team like really just the offense, and then the defense tries to show us sparks and keep us into that game. Like I said, I was gonna leave at halftime and go home and lay down in bed and watch it and just fall asleep. But nope, they drew
yeah. I
us
mean,
right back
there's a lot
in.
of people like me.
The
I mean,
defense.
we have to be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning for work. That's why I want to be flexed out of these primetime games. Obviously,
Yeah,
we can't be flexed out of the Monday Night Football game.
we just are the 1-6 and one possession games. I feel like that's just how it's always been with Zach Taylor. We lose, can't win the close games.
And see, that's my thing. Is like I don't. I'm not gonna stop believing in Zach. I think he can put it together. But Lou, he's got to go. Frank Pollock's got to go.
Yeah,
Mike Brown's got to stop dipping his damn toe in with the fucking draft shit. Nobody wanted Jackson Carman but Mike Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dumb pick.
Yep.
Everybody knew it was a dumb pick when it happened. I
Yep.
mean,
And that's a second rounder.
that's fucking up right there. That's a bad
Is that the
pick.
draft we could have Creed? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
We
could have
got Creed
Creed.
one.
We could have had Trey Smith. We took Trey Hill. I mean, I understood. I understand Trey Smith had the blood clot issue,
And
but
Like Eric was kind of talking about last night, Bengals don't typically like they need to start kind of maybe not going fully off the RAS, but they don't ever take anybody with high RAS scores. And
besides Matt Lee,
yeah,
yeah.
and it seems like those are the type of guys that are kind of panning out in the league and stuff. And
But we go back to previous draft histories, man. I mean, we missed out on DK Metcalf and so like there's just one popping off the top of my head. Just so many players. Patrick Mahomes. We took. I mean, I love Joe Burrow, obviously, but I mean at the time, I mean, you look at it. We took John Ross.
yeah,
Stupid pick. I mean, what year we take him?
19, no, 17.
2017. Yeah. I mean, 16-year-old, 17-year-old me was like, oh, that's really cool. Like,
I wanted Ruben.
oh, I was a big Reuben Foster guy.
Yeah.
Huge Reuben
I
Foster
mean,
guy.
maybe not now because of all the allegations and stuff he was in, but
Yeah, really bad stuff. But
at the time he was a dog.
yeah,
What, Bama? No,
let's go look back. Let's go look at that
17.
2017 draft.
Was Ruben Bama?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Gary wanted Ruben. Gary was at that lot, like they had like a draft thing at the Bengals stadium. He was there. And he said everybody was such in shock when John Ross was called.
Yeah. Pick 9. John Ross. Christian McCaffrey went 8. Let's look at let's see who went after John Ross. Right, the pick right after John Ross was Patrick Mahomes, Marshawn Lattimore, Deshaun Watson, Hassan Reddick, Marlon Humphrey. Um, let's see here. Evan Ingram, Tre'Davious White, David Njoku, T.J. Watt was pick 30.
Oh, that's crazy.
Reuben Foster was pick 31. Ryan Ramczak was pick 32. I mean, you can do this with every draft.
Yeah.
I mean, you really
It's
can.
just sad that I don't even like to go look back.
You look at the 2018 NFL draft.
If it's not the home run picks like we've talked about, like the Joe and Jamar, like T was a steal. I'm glad we got T. I mean, we got T first pick of the second round, Joe and Jamar or Joe's class.
2015 or not 2015, 2018, pick 21 was Billy Price. You can't really blame them because we did want Frank Ragnow from the Detroit picked him up right before us. But you look after Billy Price, you got DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Terrell Edmonds. Um, even at that point was this
That class kind of
2018. I
sounds
mean,
like
we
it
still had Andy
stinks.
Dalton, so I mean Lamar Jackson went pick 32.
That class kind of sounds like it stinks.
Mike Gesicki, Cortland Sutton, second round. Shaquille Leonard, second round. Nick Chubb, second round. Will Hernandez, second round. Austin Corbett, second round. Christian Kirk. I mean, it's just 2019 draft. This is when we took Jonah Williams, correct? Yep, Jonah Williams is pick 11. After Jonah Williams, you got Chris Lindstrom, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Jeffrey Simmons, Montez Sweat. I mean,
I mean,
playmakers.
Jonah wasn't like that bad, but compared to some of those other guys,
2020 was Joe Burrow, obviously easy, super easy pick.
was a slam pick. It was a great pick.
2021, we took Jamar
Jamar.
Chase, easy pick.
Yeah. Like if it's not the slam dunk easy pick,
2022 is where it starts to get a little.
Yeah, it's like the last 2 or 3 years we've been kind of
Yeah,
lucky.
what pick we have?
Like 30, like 28 or something.
We had pick 31. We took Dax Hill. We've yet to really see that make the first round impact that we want just because of his playing time and positional changes.
Yeah.
But it sucks looking at these drafts like this. I mean, you go back. I mean, it's just
It's just showing that Duke needs to go. We can't draft. Like some people have been saying on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that we also need to just make our scouting department bigger.
we do. We have the smallest scouting department in the
Like,
NFL.
man,
At what point do you change that? I mean,
we need to. I don't know. Our scout, we just draft not good people. Yoshi was kind of a seventh, kind of a steal just because he gets playing time. But I'm not wanting to rely on him next year when we lose T as our second receiver with Burton and what
yeah.
we've seen from them.
And I've said it every week. The Bengals really, really messed up by not signing Jamar this previous off
Yeah, I
season
mean he's
because now
showing it.
he's going to get a bag next year.
He's showing it.
Yep, and he deserves it.
Yeah,
And then
it's just costing us.
I think if we don't allocate money this offseason, I would not blame Trey for sitting out.
Yep,
I wouldn't blame. I mean, Burrow would never do it, but if he did request a trade, I honestly wouldn't blame him.
bro, ain't gonna
No, he
record.
would never would. But it gets to that point to where how long am I going to waste my career here? We
Yeah,
haven't spent money since 2021,
we have one great free agency class, and then
and we haven't moved on from that 2021 free agency class. I
no,
mean, we still got Trey Hendrickson and
Mike.
Mike, but I mean, you didn't extend Jesse Bates. You didn't draft well. I mean, they have set themselves up for failure. And I want to know how much of it is Zach Taylor, how much it is Duke, and how much it is Mike Brown. Obviously, Mike Brown's the biggest part of it because we've been a horrible team for the last 30 years.
If Zach doesn't lose his job this year, which obviously I don't think he will, I think he'll lose it next year. If like we're bad, if we like don't make free agency, good pickups, have a good
Yeah.
draft, and
But again, that goes on Duke Tobin and
yeah,
Mike Brown
which
on
is
spending money.
but the first person that always goes is the head coach.
Look, very obviously, Lou
I'm a big
Anarumo
Zach
wanted
guy, but
Xavier Howard. Zach Taylor wanted Xavier Howard. They have no part in that money spending
you got
issue.
to bring somebody in now. I mean, just for depth at
I
least.
said it last night. If you win this game, you have to sign Xavier Howard. And we lost last night, but we also lost DJ Turner.
Because in their minds, they're still going to want to try to make a push, obviously. So, I mean, DJ Turner's out
Yep.
for the year. You rely on DJ or Josh, which he played good, but then DJ Ivy, and then who's after him? I don't know.
It's
I
it's
don't know.
thin.
Yeah.
And
So
they
it's
didn't
like
make a move today.
you have to sign someone.
If you're going to make a move, you need to make it this week. Get them.
Yeah.
Get them.
Get him. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, we got 2 weeks.
We got Pittsburgh coming up at home.
If we could beat Pittsburgh, we can win the next three. We can,
But
but will we?
the problem is now you were praying for losses by other teams.
Yeah, the
That's now the
Broncos.
issue.
I was looking at the Broncos and the Colts schedule. They play each other in like 3 weeks, but
And
besides that, they're kind of easy schedule.
I said on the phone, the Broncos they'll probably end up with that
They
7
look
seed.
good. I mean,
They'll
they just think.
Falcons.
Yeah,
They look
Falcons.
really good. Colts will fuck it up. Colts are too inconsistent.
Yeah.
They almost lost to the damn
I mean,
Jets.
now the Dolphins are back in it too. I mean, they're the same record as us.
Yeah,
Well,
Dolphins
they're
are heat.
better than us because they're 4-6. We haven't had our bye
Yeah,
until now. So
our buys this week. So I mean, they could end up 5-7.
yeah, that's when. I mean, they just were missing Tua for a bit, so maybe they were right back in it. I mean, I don't think their defense is good, so they have players like
Our
Ramsey
defense
and-
isn't good,
Yeah.
So that's the main issue is our defense. That's literally the issue.
Yeah. And if you don't go into the off season being like we know our defense is the issue and bringing guys, proven guys that I mean maybe they obviously thought Gino was going to help, but nope. Vaughn was going to help, nope.
I knew
Vaughn
Vaughn
maybe
wasn't going to
helps.
help.
Yeah,
I
we
was
both were.
so against having
We
Von
both
Bell
were,
back.
and people were like shitting on us.
If that guy got cut by the Panthers, what the
they're
fuck
like,
you
he's
think he was
basically
going to?
free. I'm like, I don't care.
Like,
He's just taking playing time from
That's
battle.
exactly. That's the biggest reason for Von Bell. I didn't want Von Bell was because Jordan Battle needs those snaps. It is so crucial for him to get those snaps.
Did he play a lot this week?
He played second half when our defense looked better.
Yeah, when they were playing.
Miles Murphy played more the second half when our defense looked better.
Josh Newton. I mean, that was it. No, DJ got hurt second half.
DJ got hurt second half. Unfortunately, which he's out. He's probably gonna be out for the year.
Yeah, he's getting a second opinion, which is never good. So
It was good for Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, his second opinion was good.
but it's still being a clavicle. Like,
Yeah, that is the hard part. When he went down, he started grabbing his shoulder.
Is Cam Simple free agent after this year? I thought he was gonna have a big year, but obviously he got hurt. So
I mean, we can look at the free agent class. I mean, it's obviously players going to get re-signed, and
I think you bring Mike Gesicki. I mean, we haven't really been using him the last couple weeks anyway. Now that whenever T's back, he never gets used. So they were using Hudson more than Gesicki, which makes no sense.
I clicked on an ESPN article. Okay,
Why is Mike not even
It's
really
free.
touching? I mean, he doesn't
an
get into
ESPN
it.
article that's free. That's crazy. Number one's T Higgins,
Yeah, and probably then BJ Hill.
Trey Smith.
Oh, you're looking.
I'm looking at
over.
Trey Smith. You have to pay him. I would go
They're not
all
going
out
to. You know they're not
for
going
Trey
to. They're gonna
Smith.
be like, we believe in Bolson and Kappa. Kappa and Karras both have 1 year left. They'd be like, we're just gonna let them play out their contract. We don't want the dead cap. I'm like, bro, it's really annoying that we do that.
Yeah, he's expected to get around 21.5 million, and the Chiefs are expecting for life without him
They are.
next year. Yeah,
Yeah, because he's gonna get a bag.
because he's gonna get a bag, and we have to be that bag. Holland safety. I'm not interested in Javon Holland. Um,
Zach Martin, but obviously he's old. Garrett Bowles, he's a tackle though. Buda Baker, I would love a Buda Baker. He's only 28. Well, he's about to be 29, but he's expected like 14.7 mil. Bring in Matt Judon, and he hasn't really done anything on the Falcons. Bring in like
Asante Samuel
bring
is
in
a free agent next year.
bring in a Charvarius Ward corner.
I'm interested in Asante Samuel.
Why? Here's the reason he doesn't play in the Chargers.
He's change of scenery. That's all people need sometimes. Change of scenery.
Josh Sweat.
Nick Bolton's a free agent.
Bring in Josh Sweat.
Sure. Nick Bolton has taken a pretty big step back, but he is 25 years
I
old,
could
so I
see
mean
us
he could
just making a
pick it
small
up.
move like Chase Young. Bring in Chase Young, which I wouldn't mind, but it's just like James Conner would be a dog for our offense. James Conner and Chase Brown.
I
Yeah.
think I think my biggest target next year is Trey Smith.
Marcus Davenport would kind of be sick. He's only 28, only expected 6.5 mil. I think he'd be a dog in our defense.
In the
There's just so
draft
many
too,
old
we haven't
guys.
even touched on the draft really. I mean, this draft has a lot of talent in it. I mean, James Pierce Jr., Nick Scorton, Benjamin Morrison, Malachi Starks, Donovan Jackson, second, third round. I mean, there's some Luther Bolden, receiver from
You bring
Missouri.
in Trey Smith. You bring in maybe like a corner, and then you go heavy on defense in the draft. But then you're relying on a lot of rookies, and I'm like, with our development,
Yeah, with our development, yeah.
it just never
But
works.
again, this is why I said that it starts with cut it with firing Lou. That's where it starts.
Yeah, we need a defense. I mean, I love
It's
Lou,
it's
but
just it's just about getting a new face in
I
here.
love Lou, but you bring in someone else, they're gonna bring in a whole different staff. They're
Yep.
gonna want their own staff, and it just different defensive scheme. Maybe it's just I don't really know what to expect. This defense is not cutting it. I mean, besides those 2 years we were in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl run, I mean, the defense was a lot of the guys that we brought in on that one good free agency class.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ Reader, the Awuzie. I can't even remember off the top of my head right now. We had Larry Ogunjobi, who was a dog for us. And then we let a lot of those guys just walk, and we didn't really improve it.
I mean, I hate being in week 11 and already looking forward to the off season. I hate that so much.
Yeah, because then we're waiting a whole off season.
But now I have to. Now it's just I go in. Now I'm just gonna go into every game just praying Burrow doesn't get hurt, Jamar doesn't get hurt.
I'm
You
not
know what I
like
mean?
I
Like
usually like want to stand, but like the last couple of weeks I've just been chilling, sitting on the couch.
yeah, it's gonna be hard. I
gotta
mean,
stand and
honestly,
watch it.
I'm expecting a and not an empty stadium, but 50%
I
maybe.
mean, I know he won't because he goes with you and stuff. But Eric was like talking about selling us tickets for a couple of the games, just
Yeah.
making a profit.
Yeah, season tickets are fucking
And
expensive,
then
dude.
they're
They
just
raised the
raising
prices so
on you
much.
guys, and it's like, man,
In the midst of all this, they raised the prices a lot, and then give us stickers as a damn gift. So pissed.
Here's a
It's
sticker.
fitting. It's very fitting for this season.
Yeah.
I tweeted that last night. It's very fitting.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, thanks for putting all this.
You
money
raise our
into
prices,
season
give us
tickets.
stickers, and then you suck.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so glad my season ticket money is paying for fucking Geno Stone to be out on the field.
Yeah. Ravens fans tried to tell us.
He's still in the. He's a hop. He's still in those Ravens group chats. He's here just to stop us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Steelers beat him without scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it's
They
sad.
have a good defense. And we still got to play them twice.
I think honestly, I think in that Baltimore game, our defense just got too ahead of itself.
With
Last
the-
night, I think our defense kind of just downplayed the Chargers a lot.
Yeah. I think they were just going run heavy defense, and they were
Yeah.
just doing a bunch of play action. They're wide open,
Yep.
burning our corners. That's all you got to do
Herbert
against us
made the
is throw.
throws. Herbert looked really good last night.
You just got to throw the ball against us. You don't even really. At the beginning of the season, it was just run the ball on us. Now it's just play
Yeah,
action.
sometimes
Pass
you
the
have to
ball.
run the ball to keep the teams honest. You ain't got to do that against us.
No,
We could
just
be
play
pass
action.
heavy. You're still going to complete it.
Yeah.
I mean, because look at how lucky we got last night. Herbert missed Ladd on a few throws,
Yeah,
easy
that was
first
like a big
downs.
third down. Yeah, and then your quarterback will probably be able to just run for 50 yards a game on us, even if you're like Joe Flacco or something. Like Russ will probably go crazy on us.
That's the scary part. Is like Russ
Russ,
is starting to look like Russ again, and you're
yeah,
like,
Russ
damn.
is gonna go crazy on our defense. He's gonna be hitting George Pickens and
And then they
Michael
got Chris
Williams.
Boswell who can hit some damn field goals.
We can't. Justin Tucker's having problems too. It's like, man,
Justin Tucker has problems, but he just doesn't miss them when they matter.
yeah, it's true. He just misses them early in the game, but that still kind of cost him.
They
They lost
cost
by
him,
like
but I mean,
30.
that
They lost by like 30
sometimes
to
you
They lost by two.
you get paid money this offseason,
So
man. I
if
mean,
he
you
makes both
expect,
those kicks, they win the game.
yeah.
They lost because they didn't get 2 point conversion.
I blame the announcers curse. I was watching that game. They said Justin
Kickers this
Tucker's
year has just been so weird. Like a lot
yeah.
of kickers are missing. But I mean, McPherson's just taking it to another
I think
level.
it's time to start just going for it on 4th and 15.
Yeah, don't even
Fuck
bring
it.
out McPherson. McPherson just healthy scratch the rest of the season.
Might as well at this point.
Yeah, we aren't gonna kick any field goals, no PATs, going for two every time.
And then Jermaine Burton. I mean, that guy. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
That's why I said that's why I'm scared about next season with no T.
I mean, I don't get it. He just looks like he doesn't give a shit.
We're either gonna rely on a rookie or bring in a vet. That's what I mean. Or
I feel like
Lamar's,
he's always been the guy to kind of rely on his talent more than his work ethic and attitude. But holy shit,
I
dude,
don't
your
want
talent
Yoshi.
isn't showing up
I
at
don't.
all.
I don't want Yoshi or Burton as the two next year. So
No, it's gonna be a very bad.
rookie.
It's gonna be bad having them too.
They just you just got to double or triple Jamar.
Yep.
And, I mean, especially if Gesicki walks. I mean, Eric Hall's coming off an injury, so you don't know what he's gonna look like or when he's gonna recover. It's tough.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna end it there. We're tired of the bitching. We kind of we want to move on, even though we won't.
We'll probably. I was gonna say we might have another show this week, but I forgot we have a new game.
Yeah, we don't
But
have a game,
We might
so
if we
we
get
might have
bored.
another show later in the week.
Maybe
This is our
Saturday.
first stream on StreamYard. Not StreamYard. Fuck, my bad. We ditched them.
They up the prices.
Yeah, a little too high for me. A little too high for my blood. A little too rich for my blood. So we're on Riverside now. So if you guys watch this, I don't think anyone is. um, let us know how the audio was and the video quality and stuff like that. So we appreciate it, and we'll end it there.